The award-winning annual event, Night of the Living Cover Bands, is something everyone should experience. Local bands transform themselves into some of music's greatest artists, pulling them out of their comfort zones and taking their performances to another level. Producer Barney Lopez joins us tonight to tell us what we can expect from this year's show.
Okay, so Barney, thank you for letting me bug you over here at Launchpad during your work day so we could talk more about Night of the Living Cover Band. So first I want to say congratulations on your award win.
Thank you very much.
So how does it feel?
Oh, it was very exciting and surprising, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. On stage you talked about how did I beat out the Balloon Fiesta, but I don't know if you realize, because so many people reached out during the event that talked about that event and just the accolades that they have for you on and what's done with it. I can understand why you won that award. Why do you think this particular event just seems to resonate with people?
I mean, it's a really big event for the whole music community. It kind of touches a bunch of different music scenes in town, both like experienced musicians and new musicians and musicians that like come together just to kind of put together a special band.
Yeah.
So we'll see a lot of like crossover bands that will happen, and I think there's just this kind of like joyous unity that the music community gets to experience together. And I think that is like, that's the fun part. Yeah. That's what makes it more like it's an Albuquerque event. It's a local event, right? Where like Balloon Fiesta is a tourist event.
Exactly.
I was just saying yesterday, I was like, man, we should just raise the prices for Balloon Fiesta so we can get all those tourist money and then like let locals in really cheap and then help our economy all year long. That'd be great.
Well, it's definitely a great event to go to, and I we got to talk about this some last year, but do the bands pick their choices of who they're going to cover?
Yeah, they do. So usually what I do is I have like a sign-up form, or I'll reach out to bands that I know that play locally here in town and ask them if they want to play it, and I'll have them give me two options. So, because often a lot of bands will pick the same bands.
I would figure
there's
that's
some
going to happen.
possible ones. Then it comes to me to be like, oh, well, both of you asked for this. I think this band asked first, or I'd rather see this band do this. Mm-hmm. Can you go with your second choice, or can you give me a different choice? Because sometimes even both their choices are taken.
So, if it's a situation, do you find it that the bands themselves, with the choices that they're making, that it's outside? Are they stepping out of their comfort zone in order to do this?
It depends. It depends. I try and encourage it. I usually am more excited by bands that step outside of their comfort zone. Like there's like a hard rock band doing Elvis this year. I think it's Amped Owl Drive is doing Elvis, which I'm like, all right, cool. That's different from like what your band normally is. Because for me, it feels also kind of like an artistic exercise.
Yeah.
Right? Where like musicians, part of the ways that we like have learned to play is by learning covers, but this is like the next level where you get to take a deep dive into a catalog of one musician and learn like 5 songs. And for me, every time I've done it as a musician, I feel like I grow, like I kind of learn, like I did No Doubt one year. And I got to learn how to play bass like Tony Kanal from No Doubt. And I was like, this guy's amazing. Oh my God. And like, it changed me. You know, as a musician, it helps push you in new directions. And I think when you choose something that's outside of your comfort zone, the results are usually amazing.
So if I read something correctly, and I don't know if it's happened every year, is there an all ages element this year with the event?
Yeah, so for the first time ever, we're doing an all ages element. So when we've done it in years past, we've had plenty of people comment like, "Oh, bummer! Why does it have to be 21 plus? This doesn't make sense." And like, I get the sentiment like totally as like I came to Launchpad for the first time at the age of 16 to see O Ranger play and Left Unsaid. So I know the desire to want to go to something really cool. And so this year we decided to add Sundays, and we made Sundays all ages. And the majority of the bands that are playing on Sundays are younger bands. There's like bands from School of Rock, there's bands from Rock 101, there's like brand new bands that some of them I think will be playing their very first show at the Launchpad.
Oh, wow.
For a Night of the Living cover band. So I think it's going to be a ton of fun.
So let's talk about some of it, because we can't even about to cover all the bands that are taking part in this event with all the nights happening. So who are some of the bands that are coming out this year that are doing things that you're liking that you like to see?
Yeah. Okay. So this year we have over 130 bands, which is the most ever, and from what we can tell online, is the biggest cover band festival in the world.
Oh,
There's like a tribute band festival in Ireland that has like 115 bands, and we're like, I think we beat them. I think so.
I was like, dang, were you even reaching for that goal? It just happened?
I mean, kind of. When we added the all ages shows, we realized that someone told me last year about this other cover band festival, and I was like, well, if we had these all ages shows, I mean, we might be able to reach that number. Yeah, there's some great ones. Suspended, they're a local metal band, really great. They're going to be doing Judas Priest this year, which is going to be amazing. Dust City Opera is doing Muse this year. They're a big favorite in town. There's also the Prairie Dog is this new band that's teaming up with Russian Girlfriends to do Queens of the Stone Age.
Ooh.
And that'll be really neat. Casey Mraz last year with Los Metamorphos, he did Carlos Santana on accordion, and that was like one of the highlights. This year he's doing Steely Accordi Dan. So it's I just might imagine it's Steely Dan on accordion.
I got it.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Yeah, there's trying to remember some other ones. I'm doing Blink 182 this year.
Oh my goodness.
With a couple of the dudes. There's a No Doubt. Willa J's doing No Doubt. Mango Cakes are doing Silk Sonic.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
That one's gonna be good. That one's gonna be good.
And then there's this like collab with some of the Mango Cakes players and some of the Slums of Harvard players, and they're doing Mac Miller on the first weekend.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which is going to be like a really cool. Yeah, there's so many like really interesting choices. Someone's doing Lamb of God this year, which I'm like, what? No one's ever like even tried to do like serious death metal. Like it's like, so that'll be really cool. There's one night that has like a lot of lady rock star, like lady superstars.
Oh, awesome.
Like we've got Lady Gaga's on that night. Sorry Wedo is doing Britney Spears that night.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay.
Did I get that right?
Okay, so we just talk about Sorry Wedo, because every year they are like the best, if not one of the best cover bands, and they always push themselves in a way different direction. Because Sorry Wedo, if you're not familiar with, they are like a hardcore, really heavy band. They've done Prince before, which was amazing. When they did Prince, Ray showed up on a tiny little purple moped, and he drove it from the front of Launchpad all the way to the back, like security clearing the way for Prince to come onto the stage, and then they perform this like Prince Prince and the Wetolution is what they call that one.
Where can people get their tickets? Learn who's all playing for this event? Where can they learn more?
So they can go to launchpadrocks.com, and on there you can find tickets for every night. We're also selling $50 festival passes, which it's $10 a night, and so you're getting 12 nights. Yeah, there's 12 nights. It's every weekend in October.
I don't
Friday,
know
Saturday, and Sunday, right? So save money, buy the pass for $50, and get to come to all 12 of them, or however many you can come to. And all of the lineups are listed up on our website, launchpadrocks.com.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Barney, again for letting me talk more about Night of Living cover bands. It sounds awesome. I think it's going to be another great one this year.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. We're almost there. I got to start decorating.
Okay, good. I will let you get to it.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Yeah, of course.